Hi everyone, today we are receiving Mr. Guy Bourassa, who is president of Nemaska Lithium, which has a very special project to explain to us. Mr. Bourassa, good day.
Hi, thank you.
We have a very interesting project on your side. First of all, let's talk about where the ore is. It's in James Bay.
James Bay in the Cree territory, north of Chibougamau. It's about 300 kilometers by the Route du Nord, going north. It's about 3 hours drive on the gravel road from Chibougamau. North.
And do you have all the permit already?
No, the normal process to get the permits to mine is to first file a feasibility study, which we recently did. We already had applied for a mining lease under the Mining Act. We also had started about 3 years ago the environmental permitting process, which is about to be completed this fall. It needed to see the details of the feasibility study to finalize the process by a public hearing with the COMEX that is scheduled sometime in October. So that will be the end of it. So you need all of these permits to start building your mine and the concentrator.
So the First Nations are involved in there. They have to agree too, I believe.
Yes, absolutely. Interestingly, in all over the world, the best place to have discussions on a mining project is on the Cree territory in the James Bay, because under the Convention de la Baie James and Northern Quebec, they have agreed on mining projects and other industrial projects, and they have adopted a Cree mining policy. So it's already all there's a template on which to work with. We are about to have an official signing ceremony with them on the impact and benefit agreement between the impacted Cree community, the Cree Nation government, and the Grand Council of the Crees that is created under the James Bay Agreement.
Strateco did not have that luck because they were in uranium, which is what are the environmental risks about digging for this kind of minerals?
Well, we're very fortunate that the rock hosting the pegmatite, spodumene pegmatite that we're going to mine, is not acid generating. So you have all of these risks that you usually see with base metals that does not exist in our process. So, and we will only be concentrating the rock there, so there will be no transformation on site. Transformation it will be done in Valley Field. So the environmental risks are very, very minimal.
What's the percentage of the ore you have to transport to the factory?
Well, we're going to be mining. The feasibility study is based on mining about 1 million tons of ore per year. You're using about 4.5 tons to make 1 ton of concentrate. So we're going to be trucking about 213,000 tons of concentrate to Chibougamau, put it on the rail, and send it to Valley Field. And then it's going to be transformed in about 28,000 tons of lithium hydroxide. So it's, that ratio.
Okay, but all facilities are there, the railroads are there, and
the railroad is
business as usual.
Absolutely. We're fortunate, unlike, let's say, Stornoway that had to build a road, that had to build a power line, etc. Everything is already built and existing. We're 30 kilometers east of the Nemaska Cree community. We're about 15 kilometers from an existing lodging facility, the Relais Routier Nemaska. There are two major substations from Hydro-Quebec, Poste Albanel and Poste de Nemaska. So everything is there.
Yeah, everything is there, of course. Now let's talk about the project itself, because you will need a pilot plan to prove the concept. Because
no, we already did prove the concept. That was the base for the feasibility study. We are talking about building a phase 1 plant, which is not a pilot plant. A pilot plant would be a go, no-go decision process to build. We have a feasibility study that is based on the number of tests done with equipment suppliers to justify the curvature efficiency, the life cycle of the membranes, and the costing of the product itself, as also the capex.
So you have proved already that your patent pending process works.
works efficiently and very, very cost efficient. The decision to build a phase 1 plant, we know it's an industrial mineral. So unlike gold or other metals, you need to find a buyer for your end product. Never mind how rich and how good your product is. You need somebody to buy it.
Of course.
So we decided that the best way to lower all of the cash that will be required to support the initial commissioning of the large plant and be certified as an accredited supplier, which may take 12 to 24 months in certain instances. We decided to build a phase 1 plant to be able to send material at the same time that we're building the large plant, so as to already have shortened that period of time once your big plant is built. So that's more a demonstration plan to the client that the product is of constant quality throughout commercial application.
Okay, but what is the difference between a company like, because that's everyone's concern, what's the difference between a company like ex-Canada Lithium, which is now RBI Lithium,
yep,
and Nemaska Lithium?
There are two, in the past 4 or 5 years, there were 2 new hard rock projects built in the world. Canada Lithium is one of them. The other one was Galaxy Resources in Australia. The big difference is that they build their facility based on the conventional process of making lithium carbonate. They were both at about 1 or below 1% lithium oxide grade content in the ore. Our big difference to start with is the fact that we have a 1.53% lithium oxide grade in the deposit. To start with, you mine a lot less ton to have the same end result. In addition to having the second richest and the second largest hard rock spodumene mine, we also developed a new approach, a new process of producing directly hydroxide. So we were fortunate to be behind them in 2010, 2011. It forced us to study more in detail the upcoming lithium demand. And we found out that the new lithium compound of choice for the large battery vehicle or energy storage batteries, they prefer in the chemistry lithium hydroxide. And we realized that nobody was making lithium hydroxide directly from the lithium units they were mining or harvesting in the brine sector. So that's why we said, well, there's an interesting approach using electrolysis by taking advantage of the availability and the cost structure and long-term contracts of electricity in Quebec. So that's a big difference.
All about batteries talks about efficiency. Yes. So you have to have the best material to have the most efficient batteries, and you have to have it at low cost also. That's the main thing so far. Tesla does well so far. It seems to be the number one heading company in the electric cars. Yep. But what's going to happen to the normal carbonate lithium producer if you come out with hydroxide lithium, which is way better and even cheaper? Because according to the numbers that I have here, according to the feasibility study, 1 ton of hydroxide lithium should cost you $3,550 a ton, while right now competitors producing carbonate lithium, which is less efficient, less pure, have a cost of $4,200. So there's about $500, $600 difference for a product that is not as good as hydroxide lithium. And if they want to produce their carbonate lithium into hydroxide lithium, they have to add another $700, so it makes it to $5,000 as opposed to $3,500 for you.
Yeah.
So it's $1,500 cheaper to produce the same stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And you're taking the average production cost of carbonate. If you look at certain capacity, all of the hard rock production capacity in the world presently, and forget about RBI for a second, is in China. The cost of producing lithium carbonate in China is over $5,000. So we're even talking more than $1,500 cost advantage. So definitively we will be the leader in the lithium hydroxide world when we go in production with this.
Who are your partners for so far?
Well, we have a Chenchi group in China that owns about 12% of the company. But recently in the past year, they had to purchase Talison mine in Australia. And also from the very difficult financial situation of Galaxy Resources, they were able to buy their carbonate plant in China. So they're, I would say, cash struggling and are really up to their ears with trying to absorb these new addition. So we do not count on them to develop. We're currently discussing with large end users and producers that have shown a lot of interest since February, March in our process. They were all waiting to further the discussions of and the filing of the detailed report of the feasibility, which we did June 26. So that explains a little bit why we have that much interest on the stock since that time, because then we did make a press release saying that now we're able to further discussions with these large potential partners and end users.
For what reason have you chosen the Valleyfield location for your phase one? Is that has something to do with Clariant Canada?
No, not really. We choose it for phase one and commercial plant, because you need to transform spodumene, you need to transform it in lithium sulfate, you need to roast it, then you need a lot of energy, so natural gas. You need then sulfuric acid, then zinc is in that already in the heavy industrial park. And we said, okay, if we go in Rwanda, where the Orne smelter is the other source of sulfuric acid, we're still going to be far from the St. Lawrence River and the North American railway system. And the idea was build a facility that will survive the mine when it's depleted. Because of its strategic location, like the Orne smelter in Rouen, you will be able to still convert spodumene concentrate coming from anywhere in the world, even if your mine is depleted in 25, 30, 40 years. And I believe that's a hidden value in the company's strategy and assets at this time.
So when do you expect the phase one plan to start taking form?
Well, we hope that a non-dilutive or less dilutive financing structure is going to be completed in October of this year, September, October. And we believe that 9 months after that, we will be able to start commissioning it.
It goes so fast. We do have hundreds of questions yet to talk about that, but I mean, it sounds very, very good. It seems like coming after the others gave you an advantage, so to go right for the product that will be really in demand. I would have loved to talk to you about Tesla, because they're one of the biggest customers. Yep. And actually you are going to produce hydroxide lithium, but you are not a battery maker, so you are going to supply the battery maker with this.
Absolutely. The cathode manufacturer or the battery company that will assemble that will still need to buy lithium compound somewhere. And like you mentioned, Tesla, they clearly stated that they want to source their raw material out of North America. And if you go and you look at the details of the players that are possible in North America, there's only one source, it's us.
So hydroxide lithium is the best material to produce best batteries.
Yes.
And you are going to become the #1 player in
the world.
In the world.
Oh, absolutely. We will have a cost advantage over anybody.
So just so we could have a look at your stock before we leave. Nemaska Lithium is on the move right now. There's lots of volume on it. It seems like the confidence is there for the investors. Mr. Bourassa, we really wish you good luck. I hope you're going to come back to tell us more about the company in the very short while.
It's going to be my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.